Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the ESBS Tools Black Friday Systemising Business Advisory Services. This is our fifth session today in webinars. I'm joined in this presentation by Priscilla B. Smith, Director of Cloud9 Associates. How are you today, Priscilla?
I'm very well, and I'm very privileged to be here.
Okay, so we're going to talk about some of your experiences as being an accountant that utilises ESBS Tools products, and also some of the services that you offer to accounting firms during today's presentation.
So let's just, I'll introduce myself. So I am Priscilla B. Smith, Tax Agent Director Partner with Cloud9 Associates. I am a fundamental training specialist at Cloud9 Accounting Hub, the Cloud9 Academy. And so we do have websites for those. And now you can see the mission we developed. We also developed the Accounting Practice Success Program. We also developed the Cloud9 Accounting Hub to support startup and young accountants. So any other accountants who need support with their practice. We also encourage young ones to open a new accounting practice, and we show them how all innovation is in place. Our mission is to empower accounting professionals with tools and knowledge in order to achieve their goals. Our vision is innovation, automation, and the cloud. Values are integrity, consistency, and responsibility. Now, when we talk about empower accounting professionals with tools and knowledge, we couldn't possibly do this without joining the ESBS Tools platform, and we are VIP members with ESBS Tools. Without that, you couldn't possibly develop an amazing program for accounting professionals. We joined ESBS Tools 5 years ago, and since then, never looked back. Amazing products and tools for us. And so it's not just we can help our clients with that, with expert approach, but then we also teach the young ones how to use those tools. And what before anything else, we would like to bring awareness that Peter Tower's ESBS Tools platform does exist. And we also that we do exist, and all the help for you is available. Yes, Peter. Thanks, Peter.
Okay, so thank you very much, Priscilla. And we'll, I'll just take the screen back here now, and we will start it. So the purpose of today is to work through some of the product packages that are included within ESBS Tools. We want to emphasize that we have developed a system that can be utilized. So the first product package we're going to look at is client seminars and webinars. I think seminars and now webinars are a great way to communicate with your clients. So what you receive as a subscriber is seminar organizational material, papers relating to the subject matter that we're discussing in the seminar or webinar. So we've developed those papers and made them part of the presentation. There's PowerPoint slides to facilitate the presentations. I think presenting seminars or webinars is a great way for you to communicate to your marketplace what you're doing. What do you think about seminars and webinars, Priscilla?
Well, we are running seminars and webinars for years now, even before COVID, everything. And even during the COVID, we built seminars and webinars to bring awareness of the news and the new legislation. And to help, we kept promoting, helping accounting professionals to stay on the top of the game under pressure. So webinars, seminars, even now we're running series of seminars and webinars, not just one here and there. We built series of them, which we're doing with Peter at the moment. And so for me, 2 or 3 seminars a week. Plus, in the same time, seminars, webinars, this is the way we deliver our training to our members and the new accountants who come and join us, join our membership and are looking for support. I believe this is the only way today. This is the way to communicate in the new developments in our profession. A very, very useful tool, and for us and for them to learn from us that how to communicate this to their own clients. Training programs, everything runs through webinars, seminars, awareness, bringing awareness that what's available out there. With Peter, we've done, I can't even count how much. We've done webinars before COVID, we've done webinars through COVID, and we keep doing webinars now. Our series is about diversified accounting services, and we want to bring awareness how accountants can diversify their services in order to actually grow.
Okay, thank you. And it's a big area, and a full subscriber to ESBS Tools through our advanced package gets access to 36 seminar webinars already prepared, ready for you to use. All you got to do is read the material. The startup package gets 12 of the seminars and webinars. So it's a great way for you to be able to communicate to your marketplace. The next product that I want to refer to is the Chief Financial Officer Services. Now, this is one of the real emerging job descriptions for accountants in public practice to be able to aspire to, I think, being recognized by your client as being the virtual Chief Financial Officer Service. So within our system, we have a procedure control form that introduces this process. This is very important because this is part of the systemization. How do you go about doing this? And we've got 38 business advisory services forms to guide you through the process. Chief Financial Officer Services. What's covered by strategic management consultancy? We have a list. And a business evaluation workshop. Company secretary duties, because they tend to flow with Chief Financial Officer. A checklist of CFO services, duties of the Chief Financial Officer, which we based on analysing advertisements in the Financial Review for over 6 months. Weekly performance estimates, I think, are very important. A lot of your clients could benefit by you setting up the system whereby they are able to analyse their actual performance each week. They're estimates, but they should be around 98% accurate. And there's individual papers on various aspects of performing the Chief Financial Officer service. Priscilla, have you been involved in offering Chief Financial Officer services to your clients?
I believe we could do this because we help ourselves to the tools from ESBS Tools. What I want to project here is that you don't have to feel lost. You are not alone. There is resources available for you to put yourself in a position of a Chief Financial Officer. We believe in a proactive accounting firm. Chief Financial Officer puts you in a position of being proactive with your clients. And so what we want to say today is that you're not alone. Help is available. If you don't know where to start and how to do it, just help yourself to the tools from ESBS Tools. This is what we do. And we're projecting ourselves as experts out there because we are working with expert tools. And this is the secret.
Yes, and the CFO tools really require you to set up a communication system with the client to make sure that you're aware of what's going on. You don't have to be there every day, though. Some people offering this service are only going to be there occasionally. I'm starting to do a CFO role for a company in northern New South Wales, and we're going to do most of that by Zoom. And me working with their internal accountant and offering that service. So you don't have to be visiting all the time, but you need to make sure that there's appropriate systems being implemented. Okay, so I'll just take the screen back and we'll move on to the next one, which is selling a business. Earlier today, we looked at the concept of buying a business. We're now looking at selling a business. We have a procedure control form, as we do for most of these 32 packages, to guide you through. There's 22 business advisory services forms to guide you through the process. And some of the headings are selling a business. What's the state of play? Is this a forced sale, or is it a sale that's been planned? A sale that could be held back for 6 months if need be to get things right. There needs to be some thinking and planning, I think, in selling a business. Then getting the business ready for sale. Now, this might be the physical presence of the business. It might be the leadership team, bringing them right up to speed, because it depends who's going to be left in the business. Is some of the team going to remain? Are they going to be people that the new owner can have confidence in? Selling a company due diligence checklist. We've done a lot of work with companies. So a few years ago, I developed a checklist for someone acquiring a company. Now, a company's a difficult type of entity to analyze, and there's a lot of things can happen in a company that really do need documentation and declarations being made. So we've included that in that due diligence. Valuation of a business is also important. What's the vendor want for the business? What do you think it's worth? What is your client prepared to pay? What do you need from the buyer? You're selling a business. Well, you need a lot of information if the buyer wants seller's terms. So that's an issue. But it might be an idea to find out a bit more about the background, but it's primarily if you're going to be getting deferred payments of some sort. Confidentiality agreements in supplying information to potential buyers. You don't want them just being able to go around and hand this round or put something on social media or whatever. Developing a selling memorandum. We've got documentation on that to help you undertake that task. Bridging the gap action plan. Our articles refer to what sort of price does the owner think? You know, the owner tell you he thinks the business is worth $3 million and you think it's worth $1.2 million. That's a gap of $1.8 million. Now, the owner can either accept your price or indeed go to the market and see what he can get. I doubt if he's going to get 3 million. It's probably going to be closer to your 1.2 million. Or does he say, well, okay, what are we going to do to bridge that gap at 1.8 million? How long is that likely to last? And you might say 3 years while the business is built up, so that whatever the factors were that was causing it to be devalued, if they are fixed, does that improve the multiplier? It might be the systems, it might be the processes, it could be a range of things. And do you then talk to the client about setting out a process to bridge the gap? There's 5 papers involved in the system on helping to help a client to sell a business. Priscilla, what have you been doing on selling businesses with your clients?
First of all, I built a whole webinar video material, what you have on the platform, with a whole webinar for our group. So to teach them how to help their clients sell the business. I actually went through all the tools you have in there. They have been amazed of what's available for them. I said, us to be the experts, we help ourselves do that. So I built a whole webinar on that. And so amazing material. When you go there, you're not gonna believe what you're gonna find. And so you're gonna know exactly how to sell business, how to prepare the business for sale. And it's not just building financial reports. It's also a whole process in the, I got inspired from the, and we will attach to our practice, you know, selling and buying businesses. This was my dream for a long, long time, to attach this one more service. Let's learn how to sell and how to buy. It is a lot involved, but with these tools, it makes it a breeze for us. And so I thought I better teach the whole group and for them to start to become confident to do it, because we don't want to actually get stuck. If we get involved with selling or buying a business, I had clients coming to me, and so they've been amazed. They said that we couldn't find anyone who's so accomplished in helping us do this. So why? There's no secret about it. We are using ESBS Tools.
Thank you. So that's the sewing a business. I think it's a very important role for accountants to be providing. We've got a product package. As far as I know, no one else is offering to accountants this type of service and guiding you through this. And my view is that business advisory services is distinct from the annual accounts and tax return preparation work. This is commercial work, helping your clients, being their trusted advisor in a broader sense than what that terminology first meant, which was basically around accountants, annual accounts and tax returns. I think there's a lot more commercial responsibility that comes with this job, especially if you're going to embrace the concept that your firm is going to be proactively delivering business advisory services. And part of that is the system. We've conducted 3 podcast interviews, or I've conducted 3 podcast discussions over the last 3 weeks with Andrew Geddes, joint founder of the Financial Management Research Centre that was originally at the University of New England in Armidale. Mark Holton, who's a director of Smith Inc., and Amanda Gascoigne, who is an experienced chartered accountant, but these days is a consultant primarily to small and solo accounting firms. Now, the 3 of these people in the discussions all stressed the need for a systemized approach to the delivery of these services. Mark Holton made the comment that in 25 years, every firm he'd been to consult to on an implementation strategy of some sort, all told him they were doing business advisory services, but he said not one had a system. It was all standalone projects. So within ESBS Tools, we've had a system for 20 years. We've just been continually developing it and modifying it and writing new material so that you can use that so that you're delivering on a systemized process. And obviously selling a business is one of those areas. You're not a real estate agent, and we're not pretending we're real estate agents. We're not a consultant for the sale of a business. Some of you may have those registration that you have to get from state authorities. But I see the role is you're writing the supporting documentation to help your client who's trying to sell a business get the best deal. It's then up to someone to sell it for him. That'll be the agent normally, and perhaps another broker might be involved. But your role is to get all the figures put together, get the systems, make suggestions as to some changes, and to at times put up your hand and say, hang on, why don't we slow this sale process down for a year and get some things sorted out? Because I think that's going to improve the projected profit by $100,000. And if we're multiplying it by 5, or perhaps we're going to move it up to 6 times because we're doing certain things. We're making ourselves look more like a company doing an IPO, an initial public offer. We might be able to multiply it by 5.5 or 6, that's put 550,000 or 600,000 on the bottom line, hasn't it, as to what the business is worth. That's a lot of money. And if you achieve that by just holding the sale up for 12 months and saying to the client, let's get these things put in place. So I see that as the sort of role. It's a bargaining role that the accountant's in the middle of. You're not sitting there as someone that's just wanting to do the tax return. This is outside all that, and it's really looking at what's happening in the marketplace.
And having the tools to actually do that in an expert way, it is invaluable for us. You look, the experts of the field, we are in touch with brokers, and they appreciate our approach, and they said they could never find accountants like us, which we are so accomplished in that job. So for them, their job, it becomes a breeze when we get it all right.
Well, maybe they should reduce their fee if you're helping them make this.
I was asking for commissions from them.
Well, we probably shouldn't say that. But anyhow, that's the real use of this. You're getting yourself into the commercial marketplace. I've done quite a number of these transactions over the years, produced the brochure, even had discussions with some of the potential buyers to find out what they were really on about, and then finalize the document a day or so later. So it's an interesting area, and it's I think quite legitimate use of your knowledge and skills as a commercial accountant. And what I mean by that is having an understanding of a whole range of issues beyond taxation. Taxation is very important, of course. No one wants to pay any more than what they've got to, but it doesn't really help people run businesses, and it doesn't help people sell businesses, does it?
That's right. The tools are invaluable.
Okay, so let's just go back down. We're going to go to a very important one now, and that's called leadership. We all aspire to be leaders, don't we? Well, I really suggest that you sit down and become a subscriber to ESBS Tools if you're not already, and undertake the leadership modules. There's 8 modules in our system. Now, I didn't write all this. I've got to tell you that from the start, because it was written by a great mate of mine, Peter McDougall, who's a former colonel in the Australian Army. He's one of the last of a dying breed, because he started in the Army as a private and over the years worked his way up to become a colonel. You can't do it anymore. You've got to go to the military academies and come out basically as an officer, as a young man. But that was a different era. Peter had been in one of the banks and decided at a young age, 19 or 20, to go off and join the Army. And he was obviously very smart and very capable. When he got out of the Army, I said to him, "What are you going to do?" And he said, I'm running leadership, I'm running training, leadership, mentoring type services to government departments and to big business. So I said, why don't you write a system for small businesses? So this is the result which we now have in ESBS Tools. And what I've listed on the screen is the names of the modules that Peter has developed. It's a great system. He has PowerPoint slides for each of his packages, and there's articles. We have some other material on leadership in other parts of the system. He refers to those, so he carries on from there and says this is more. There's thousands, if not millions, of articles on the internet written on leadership, which I've had a look at a few times with Peter McDougall. But this is a package that I think you should initially be putting your team through, especially the people who aspire to be involved in business advisory services. That's what I'd be doing with them, making them sit down and do one module at a time, bring them together in teams. Peter McDougall's a great believer in teams of 14, I think it is, and bringing them together and working. But you mightn't have 14 in your firm, of course. Some of you might need to bring in an external facilitator for leadership. Some of our clients, our subscribing clients, have actually started to run leadership training for their clients and charging a fee for it. So they did the course themselves. They looked at it and said, well, we can deliver that to our clients. I think it started because they talked about it at some of their functions, and clients were saying to them, well, you're showing us how to do everything else. Why don't you show us how to do leadership? Sounds like you've done a great job of it in introducing it to yourself. So it can lead into income producing work for you. But in the first instance, please implement it yourself with your own firm and get started. What do you think, Priscilla?
Well, lucky you said that, because now I concluded my training series for this year. And when we start in February, we do have weekly training for our team. Weekly training, which I'm doing, call it advanced tax training and training. So I found these leadership modules in your platform, and I told them and I promised them these modules, they're going to be delivered to them to build awareness and to make them a better professionals. So your leadership program is going to be delivered to our group as soon as we start the training program next year in February. So they've been very grateful for this. I said, you have to learn these kind of skills. We expect you to be the best of the best. So for me, those modules, I've been through those. I got inspired, and I'm going to deliver it to my group. Peter?
Thank you. Yeah, that'll be very good, because my colleague Peter McDougall, he used to be my golfing partner. He's retired from golf now, but he's very happy when people use it. And if you have any questions, you can ring him and talk to him about it, because he's a real student of leadership.
I wanted a good program. I didn't want it just some program, you know. I'm looking for this program for 2 years now, and then I discovered it in your platform.
You hadn't looked far enough, had you?
No, I didn't look far enough, but now that I keep digging into it, I want to build. So I said some I had some members who they've been learning leadership in the university. And I said, can I just get inspired what the university is teaching? But what I found in your platform, it is an amazing program, amazing modules, all they need to know. And I don't have to look any further. So can you imagine how much time did I save instead of me trying to build it myself, because I wanted to deliver leadership training. For me, it would have taken me months to build it by myself. It's right there. I have myself an expert to teach it. So this is invaluable for me. And my group, I hope they're going to be grateful that they're going to learn from the best.
Yes, well, that's the leadership package. It's part of the ESBS Tools product. We have full rights to it. We pay Peter McDougall every time we make a sale. So it's in our system, and I really encourage our subscribers to use it, because, as I said, some of our firms have found it's very beneficial. In fact, one of our subscribers in Central Queensland tells me that it's the best thing in our product. Doesn't make my ego very good, but because I know I didn't write it. But
no, it is amazing.
Great.
I've been through it, Peter. It is amazing.
Yes, I know it is. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go on to the last package we need to talk about in this segment, and that's the ESBS Tools Papers. You know, this is where ESBS Tools started. I was probably a little bit reluctant to go back into practice, and I didn't want to do tax returns, even though some people told me I was quite good at it. I just wanted to offer the services we're now calling business advisory services. So to get it started, I started writing papers and articles. I wish we'd had the internet then. We didn't. There was no social media then. So we started sending articles out, and then to people, and then running workshops. We ran workshops between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. at night, 3 nights a week, and had 30 to 40 people. In fact, our biggest event ever attracted about 400 people. We hired a huge school hall in Townsville and had it there. So, and it was all built around this concept of developing papers, being prepared as an accountant to write some material and then communicate it with. Now, over the years, we've changed it a fair bit. We've now got about 580 papers. And the concept is that if you're a subscriber to ESBS Tools, you can badge the papers, your name, your address, and send it to your clients. Some people charge for it. We're not a franchise, so they can charge for it. You don't have to pay us any more money. The papers are broken up over 67 categories. And I've put into this slide some of the category headings, not all, to give you an idea of what's included. It's covering a lot of business areas, commercial areas. And you could say, geez, not many of these are to do with taxation. Notice taxation gets a mention. There are some taxation papers. But we're looking at a whole range of other things: corporate governance, government grants, exporting. There's a new export market development grant out at present. It closes next Tuesday, the 30th. I've got some more work to do on some applications as soon as we finish this afternoon. Human resources, customers, business planning questionnaires, job descriptions, risk management. It's a whole selling a business, cost control, investment readiness, company valuation, succession planning, personal property securities register. So that's an idea of what's in the system in papers. Some of them are only 2 or 3 pages, some could be 40 pages. And they're on specific subjects. And what you're trying to do is to use the papers to educate your client. I have a view that unless the client understands what you're trying to do with their business, they're not going to be that keen on paying you big fees. I see the papers as part of our marketing effort as accountants. We're producing papers, we're summarizing what we can do. You could then talk to them. These days, of course, you can use Zoom to produce short videos that you could send to the client as well to back it up. But I like the idea of something on a piece of paper, because people can write on it. They can take it to bed with them and read it for an hour before they go to sleep. And first thing next morning, they can reread it to make sure they got it in their memory. There's a lot of things you can do with a piece of paper. People come to my office, say, will you prove that? There's a bit of paper around. I don't agree to the concept of no paper. I've noticed that we've still got a lot of paper in offices, is what I'm trying to say, but they can be very valuable. What do you think, Priscilla? You've been a subscriber to ESBS Tools. You've been sending papers to clients, and what do they say?
And what's the beauty of it? What I was shocked when we firstly joined many years ago, that we can actually rebrand it. We can actually put our logo on it. We look like the experts sending those out. And remember, you know, when I went there, every chapter you click on, it opens another 40 documents, and the next chapter another 4. It is invaluable from any point of view. And remember, when we first started our webinar series with you, I insisted for you to come along and talk about how to run a successful business, because I thought you are the one who can actually educate us how to run a successful business. And since then, we kept running these webinars together. But these subjects in that package, you know, I couldn't believe it. I mean, it takes a lot of time to accomplish it. But then I'm wondering how long time did it take you to actually build those? And so there is no fault in that. We badge it, we send it out. I also do training programs from it. For 5 years now, Peter, for 5 years. And what I want to project to my members, all these papers are updated regularly. They contain the latest and the latest latest developments. So we are not out of whack.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, so papers are important. They're part of the system. And as I said before, I see they play a couple of roles. They're a marketing tool for you to be distinguishing yourself as an accountant, because not every accountant produces ongoing papers on 67 different subject headings that can go out to clients. You know, most accountants write some articles, of course, but this is meant to be an ongoing stream. You could be sending one a week to clients for a long time, couldn't you? And now, not all papers are going to be suitable for every client, so you need to look at them. The research and development, well, you'd only send it to someone doing research and development, or you think might be doing research and development, but they haven't let on, and so on. But so that's an overview of the packages that we have within ESBS BIZTOOls. So Priscilla, I'm just going to move on now. We'll just go into here, and it's Black Friday. I'm sure you all know that. The media's been full of it, haven't they, for the last week or so? But we also, I think, in Australia should be celebrating this breaking down of lockdowns. About time, I think. And so lockdowns are also on their way out. We are offering a 50% discount package on all of the ESBS Tools products. We had already decided to have a lockdown special on the advanced package, and that's remaining, and on the business advisory services starter package, and that's remaining. But we've now extended that there's pricing in our system for each of the 32 packages. You can buy them separately if you wish, and that is available until Monday, the 6th of December. So the 50% discount, which is Black Friday and end of lockdowns, all wrapped into one. We also have some special offers being made to us by our affiliates. And Priscilla, you're one of these, and I thank you. Do you just want to take us through this?
Yes, so I developed advanced tax training, which I call it, but I developed one course of 6 sessions for small business concessions with the latest additions of the legislation during COVID, and I followed all that up. And so I wanted to actually bring awareness of small business concessions, how they are applied. And so a platform offered me to launch my course, where they also offer CPD hours for that course. But I believe that I did put everything what you need to know about small business concessions. This is why I extended it to 6 sessions, so everything is covered. Now, when you come in, and so what I wanted to do is to build some awareness that I am there, and actually, in order to be able to offer it to more, I need some reviews. Like if I have reviews, somebody, you come in and watch the course, and if you liked it, just leave a review. For the first 5 members of ESBS Tools, I will reimburse your fees. You maybe the whole course is going to be, first of all, you pay a discount to watch the course. Second, you get the CPD hours. And third, I will reimburse the first 5 members who join and leave a review. Peter, I think I did get a message the other day. I already got 2 reviews now, so 3 more reviews are available.
Oh, okay, righto. Okay, that's great. So 3 more, and I'll just go back to the beginning
Out
on
of
these.
5.
Out of 5, yeah. Amanda Gascoigne is offering 10 firms a 45-minute solo and small firm coaching session. Amanda is a chartered accountant that now offers consulting service to small and solo firms. Paul Barnaby, who was our guest presenter in our previous webinar, is a budgeting cash flow expert. Predictive accounting is the new term. He's offering a review on your staff capability positions relative to budgeting and cash flow forecasts. He normally charges $695 for that review. He's going to do 20 of those for free as part of his contribution. Mark Holton is a director of Smith Inc. They have their long planned young gun conference on at the Gold Coast in February. This has been postponed for 2 years because of COVID, and there's a special discount. You can still get the original early bird discount offer. You need to subscribe through the link that's on the ESBS Tools website. So if you go to the website, you can get full details of each of these affiliate offers. Jordan Lowry is the Managing Director of Blackstone Business Group. They're experts in human resources and workplace health and safety. They've got a special package on for employment contracts, $399 plus GST. It's normally over $550. And Brad Smart, who's a communications expert, who is developing material for accountants to be able to utilize to better communicate with clients and prospects. He will prepare an article, a blog, a social media story, whatever you want, for the first 10 firms. And you will hopefully be underway on introducing a communication strategy for your firm. So I thank each of our affiliates who are participating in these special offers for their generosity in making these packages available. So Priscilla, thank you very much for joining us today to give us the benefit of your expertise and your user knowledge of ESBS Tools.
Oh, I'm enjoying it every day. And so what I want to project here is that you never have to think about how much you pay for these tools. The value you are getting, it is 100-fold, 1,000-fold what you actually expect. Was not aware what's in there. Please go in and help yourself to these tools, because you're going to be just the happiest accountant in the world.
Thank you. Hope they're
Just
all
like I am. But
I-
see, I really recommend it. Honestly, I can't actually say enough of it. You have to get in, help yourself to some tools. If nothing, just get the starter package. Then you're going to start to understand the value what's in there. Invaluable, as I call it.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Priscilla, for being with us. Thank you very much to our audience and those of you who are watching these recordings in your...
I'm privileged to have, I'm happy to be here. I'm very privileged to be here with you, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you. So to our viewers, whether you're watching this as a live feed or you're on Facebook, watching it as a live feed, or YouTube later on, or watching this as a recording at a time that suits you, thank you very much. We do look forward to hearing from you. Our Black Friday 50% discount runs through to Monday, the 6th of December. I really look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Priscilla. Have a great weekend.
Thanks for having me,
enjoy Black Friday. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Peter.